Okay,
So,
namaste. Namaste, yogis. Welcome back. We're doing today Mandala flow, and I want to focus a little bit on time. So, the element of time. So, I think Ranjini has something for us. So, Ranjini, please go ahead.
this is a shlok, a mantra that prays for movement from a transitory existence into the real permanent existence, and from darkness to light, darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Ranjini. So, everyone, we'll just start with today directly, like standing. So, it's going to be go, go, go. And while you do this simple act of standing in mountain pose or Tadasana, I want you to bring to mind the mandala flow. So set your intentions for a mandala flow. And you know what it is. All of you have done mandala with me before. It's big circular motions where you're defining your space. But for today, I also want you to think of the connected physical entity of time. So while I will talk on, first let me just set you into your posture. So keep your feet either together or hip width apart, whatever works for you. If you've either case, keep your heels behind your second and third toes. So you automatically start getting a little internal rotation of the thighs at the hips. Then push down equally into all four corners of the feet. Now, why do I say this? It's because we have a preferred kind of default way of standing. And you will figure this out if you look at your shoes or your slippers. They will be worn out more either on the outer edges or the inner edges or the heels or the balls of the feet, because that's your preferred way of standing. That's where you put all your weight on. So try to even out the weight, try to balance out the weight into all four corners of your feet. Then start engaging all the muscles in your legs. How do you do that? You pull up your kneecaps. Then make sure your tailbone is pointing down, or another way of saying the same thing is that your pelvis is level. The minute you do that, increase the length of your spine. So try to increase the distance between the sides of your ribs, your last rib, and your pelvis. So keep increasing that distance. Then relax your shoulders. Keep your chin parallel to the floor, and then gently get your palms together in front of your heart. So while your muscles are activating, your palms together in front of your heart will remind you to soften. Then see if you can gently soften your ribs as you tighten your core. And then bring your attention to your breath. And as you soften into your breath, I would request you to think about this concept of time and space. So a mandala flow with space is pretty easy because you're carving out your circles, you're defining your space, which is all very well. Where does time come in? As you know, Einstein has postulated, and this is more or less being born to be true, that space and time are related. There's something called a space-time continuum. So as you look across the vastness of space to a distant star, you're actually looking back in time because the light that has left the star many millions of years ago is only now reaching your eyes. So what you think is you're just looking across space, you're also actually looking across time. So while you define your space today, at our level, the time remains the same. But actually, if you notice, Ranjani, who's practicing, is 1 hour behind us. So in a strange way, we are practicing at the same time. When I give an instruction, Ranjani performs it in current time, which is actually 1 hour behind us. And I know there are some of you who might be ahead of us, like I know Rohini and Aziz are in India, and they're ahead of us. So what is this time? And see that when you define your mandalas, your circularity of motion, can you figure out a circularity of time? Does time really mean anything? Or is it meaningless? With that, blink your eyes open. Inhale. Circle your arms all the way up, reach up, interlace your fingers above your head, reach all the way up. Keep reaching up, stretch. And then exhale, forward fold, swan dive all the way into a forward fold. Hold on to the backs of your calves and use your biceps to pull yourselves in. So your head and your fingertips have just defined 2 probably concentric circles. So fold in. Inhale, come up halfway. Reach your heart forward. As you feel that unfolding, reach your fingertips down. Exhale, fingertips on either side of your feet. Bend your knees. Get your right foot all the way back. Keep your hips low. Reach through your right heel more and more and more as you reach forward with your heart. So here and now, even though you're not doing any circular motion, you're still defining your space. And as you define your space, define your time. How do you define your time? With your own breath. Each one is born with his own rhythm. Don't get defined by the time the world imposes on you. On a particular age, you've got to get married. At a particular age, you've got to finish your studies. At a particular age, you've got to retire. Get out of all that mindset. Learn to recognize your own time. Push down into your right palm. Inhale, circle your left palm all the way up. Reach up and twist. So as you look around you, around your space, learn to not look around you for time. Learn to get your own cues for time. Slowly release. Drop your right heel down, heel to arch alignment. Your feet are perpendicular to one another. Inhale, circle up, warrior 2. Push down into the outer edge of your right foot. Straighten out your right knee. Keep taking your spine tall. When you're ready, drop your right palm, take your left palm up and back. Reverse your warrior. Reach your right fingertips down. Remember, it's still Mandala. Reach your left fingertips up and back. Inhale, sweep to warrior two. And exhale, either left forearm to thigh or left palm to left ankle, whatever works for you. But keep that sweeping motion going. So long, reach forward with your left palm, reach up with your right palm, and then turn your palm, right palm, to face forwards and all the way across, intense side stretch. So we're beginning with the powerful poses all the way from the very start, staying with your breath. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Release your palms onto your hips. Straighten your left knee. Turn your left toes to face forwards like your right toes. Get your palms onto your lower back, fingertips pointing down. Pull your elbows in towards each other. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Inhale, take your heart up, chin up. Push your hips forward. Keep your knees straight to the extent of your flexibility. So don't jam yourselves up into awkward positions. Inhale, come back tall. And then leaving your palms on your hips, exhale, forward fold. Very slowly, keep reaching your heart forward as you fold down. Keep pulling your elbows in towards each other. That might arrest your forward fold. Don't worry. Work your elbows in towards each other and then move your core. Pull your core in to your deepest forward fold possible. Release your palms down to the mat. Pull yourselves in. Inhale, come up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Hands on your hips. All the way to standing. Slowly, slowly. Take your time. Turn your right toes to the right. Bend your right knee. Inhale, warrior two. Make sure your right heel is in line with your left arch. Thank you, Ranjani. Push down into your left pinky toe. Circle your arms up, warrior two. Reach through your fingertips. Keep your spine tall. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Right knee tracking over your second and third toes. Drop your left palm, take your right palm up and back, reverse your warrior, but keep reaching your left fingertips down. Reach your right fingertips up and across. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, sweeping motion to intense side stretch. So you can either leave your right forearm on your thigh or reach your right palm all the way down to your right ankle and then reach your left fingertips across. Wherever you are, push down strongly into the outer edge of your left foot. Try not to let that peel up. Keep your left knee straight. Feel the stretch on the left side of the torso. Staying with your breath. Inhale, circle back, big mandala to warrior two. Windmill your palms on either side of your right foot. Left knee straight, heart reaching forward, defining your space. Right knee over right ankle. Push your left palm into the mat. Inhale, circle your right palm up into a gentle twist. Staying with your breath. Release your right palm all the way down. Your right foot all the way back to plank. Shoulders over wrists, hips in line with shoulders. Chin up. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, yogi's choice. I'm sure Ranjani will do chaturanga, so push your heels forward. Shoulders beyond your fingertips, bend your elbows, stop at elbow height. Just a few breaths in knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, whichever you prefer, and then all the way down to the mat. Flatten all 10 toes on the mat. Reach your arms forward next to your ears, fingertips pointing all the way forward. Inhale, take your fingertips up, define your mandala. Release your toes up, define your mandala. Bring your toes back down. Get your palms under your shoulders on the mat. Hips up and back, down dog. Look forward between your palms. Bend your knees. Get your heels off the mat. Either jump or walk your feet between your palms on the exhale. Full forward fold. Straighten your knees. Hips in line with your heels. Are your heels behind your second and third toes? Are your feet together or hip width apart? Whatever works. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle all the way up and back. And exhale, release to namaste in front of your heart. Stay with your breath. See if time is as relative as space. What could be a large flat for somebody could be an extremely cramped living space for someone else. Just depends on what trajectory you followed in life. Even for you compared to someone else, if you love rock music and you go to a rock concert, time will be passing fast. If you hate rock music and you're at a rock concert, your time will be interminably slow. You just want this torture to end. So time can mean different things for different people. It's all relative. So now in your mandala practice, as you learn to stretch and strengthen your physical body, can you stay with your own practice rather than compare yourself to any ideal, to what you've seen me practice or to what you're seeing Ranjani practice? Can you just take the cues and yet practice at your level and remain happy? You know where this is going. All I'm saying is space and time is relative. To find your happiness, you've got to find your own rhythm. You've got to find your own space, your own time. You cannot be tyrannized by someone else's space, someone else's time, someone else's expectations. And those expectations are your own. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Remember, it's still mandala. Exhale, forward fold. Hips over heels. Hold on to the backs of your shins and then slide your palms down to your ankles. If you've got the flexibility, palms next to your feet, fingertips pointing back or forward, doesn't matter. Normally, if I point my fingertips back, my wrists can actually reach the floor. But if I point them forward, for some strange reason, the wrists don't reach the floor. So each one is different. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Palms on either side of your feet, bend your knees. Get your right foot all the way back. Drop down on your right knee. Walk that right knee further back. If you can, inhale, sweep your arms up. Stay vertical, so no need to go into a deep back bend here. But keep pushing your tailbone down and forward. Get your left palm on your left knee. Inhale, take your right palm even higher up towards the ceiling. Exhale, push your right palm over to the left. See if you can continue to scissor your thighs together. Inhale, get your right palm back up to vertical. Get your palms on either side of your left foot. Pick up your right knee. Drop your right heel down, heel to heel alignment. So right heel directly behind your left heel, or maybe 2 fist distance. Push your right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up, warrior one. Keep pushing your tailbone down and forward. When you're ready, circle your right palm all the way behind your right knee. Look back and down at your right heel. Keep taking your left fingertips up and back. Walk your right fingertips down your right shin as far as it'll go. Keep taking your tailbone down and forward, staying with your breath. You want to challenge your balance, look up at your left fingertips. Slowly. Inhale, circle your right arm back up, warrior two, push your right hip forward, left hip back, tailbone down and forward. Circle your palms all the way down to your hips. Straighten your front knee. Turn both your toes to face the side of the mat, sorry. Inhale, circle your palms all the way up, interlace your fingers, point your index fingers up to the ceiling. Just keep growing tall. Push down into both your feet equally. Keep your knees straight. Take the energy from the floor, run it through the sides of your torso, all the way along your arms and up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, circle your palms all the way around and behind you. Interlace your fingers behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Take your heart up, chin up, knuckles down towards the mat to the extent of your strength and your flexibilities. Open up. It's still mandala. You're defining a circle, however small it may be, with your head, with your chin, with your heart, with your fingertips. Inhale, come back to vertical. Palms back on your hips. Inhale, reach your spine tall. Exhale, reach your heart forward. Keep your hips exactly where they are. Just reach your heart forward and then down. Forward fold. Release your palms to your shins. Hold on to the backs of your shins. See if you can slide your palms down towards your ankles. But think of reaching your heart forward before you use your biceps to pull your heart between your knees. So your heart wants to just move forward. It's your biceps pulling your heart back towards your knees. Your heart to left on its own with the core is wanting to move forward, run away from your hips. Your biceps are pulling it in towards the knees. Release your palms back to your hips. If you need to bend your knees just a little bit, inhale, circle your head back up to vertical. Turn your left toes to the left. Your right toes to the right. I'm sorry. Your left heel in line with your right heel or a little ahead of your right heel. So, one fist distance away. Turn your left toes in at 45 degrees. Bend your right knee. Push your left hip forward. Tailbone down. Bend your right knee. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Warrior one. Reach up. When you're ready, circle your left palm behind your left knee. Look down at your left heel. Reach your right fingertips higher and then back as you walk your left fingertips down your left shin. Keep taking your tailbone down and forward. Inhale, come back, warrior one. Left hip moving forward, right hip moving back. Exhale, circle your palms all the way down on either side of your front foot. Drop your left knee down. Walk your left knee as far back as it will go. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to vertical. Remember, it's still mandala. Define your circles like you mean them. Release your right palm on your right knee. Inhale, take your left fingertips up even higher. Exhale, left palm over to the right, lateral bend. Inhale, come back to vertical. Exhale, release your palms on either side of your front foot. Get your right foot all the way back, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Hips in line with shoulders, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, yogi's choice. Inhale, lengthen your spine a little more wherever you are. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Flatten all 10 toes on the mat. Release your arms next to you on either side of your torso. Bend your right knee. Hold on to your right ankle with your right palm. Push the right foot back and down. This should start lifting your heart up. Chin up. So keep pushing with your right foot. Your heart levitates, your chin levitates. Keep pushing down with your left palm into the mat. Now take your right knee up, right toes up, chin up as high as you can manage. Reach your right toes towards your head, reach your head towards your right toes. Good. Slowly release. So get your knee down, release your ankle, and keep your right palm next to you. Bend your left knee, get your left heel close to your hip. Hold on to your left ankle with your left palm. Push your left foot back and down. Engage your left elbow. Extend your left elbow. Start taking your heart up, chin up. Left foot is the motive force. Left foot is pushing back and down. That's why your heart is lifting, your chin is lifting. Lift your left knee up towards the ceiling. Left toes up towards the ceiling. Reach your left toes towards the back of your head. Reach the back of your head towards your left toes. Yes, bend your elbow if you need to. And then slowly release your knee down, chin down, palm on top of palm, relax. Forehead on your palm. Stay with your breath. Tuck your toes in, palms under your shoulders, hips up and back, down dog. When you're ready, look forward, bend your knees, jump or walk your feet all the way forward. Forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. You can bend your knees if you want to, all the way up and back. And then palms together in front of your heart, come back to vertical. Staying with your breath. Find your posture. Time has this quality, at least for all of us, that it always seems to be moving forward. But yet, when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. You're looking at things that happened millions of years ago, millions of light years ago. So you're actually looking back in time. But is there any point in going back in time? So whatever has happened in your life, time has let it go. Yet we try to hang on. Positive experiences, negative experiences, we like to relive them. Rather than shrugging our shoulders and saying, oh, well, that happened, and moving on. What's the point of holding on? Equally, what's the point of anticipating what will come? We anticipate revenge. We anticipate better times. We anticipate change. But how much of the external world do you control, including space, including time? You don't control the biggest elements of the physical world. So what are you left with? Essentially, you're left with your breath and your practice. And by practice, I don't mean your yoga practice, your practice of life, your practice of being in the here and the now. And that's where your yoga kicks in. How much in the here and the now with your practice are you? Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Reach up towards the ceiling. Keeping your arms extended overhead. Exhale, forward fold to 90 degrees, hinging from your hips. Now I know your hips will want to move back. Can you get a little more weight into your tippy toes to keep your hips over your heels? Reach forward through your fingertips. Keep your arms next to your ears. Keep your chin lifted. Feel it in the core for a bit. Reach through your fingertips. Stay with your breath. I know this is hard, but try and stay present with this pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Get your right foot all the way back. Reach through your right heel, reach through your heart, extend your spine, keep your right knee strong, solid, extended. Drop your right heel down, heel to arch alignment. Let's do heel to heel alignment. Your right toes pointing in 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep your arms up, warrior one, right hip pushing forward, left hip pushing back. And then straighten your left knee completely. Keep pushing your right hip forward, left hip back, reaching further up with your fingertips, then hinge from your hips, exactly what you did when you started this mandala. Reach forward with your fingertips. Stop when your torso is parallel. Keep pushing your right hip forward, left hip back. Reach through your fingertips. Stay with your breath. Keep your chin up. Push more weight into your right foot. And then exhale, forward fold over your left thigh. Reach your palms down. If you can reach your palms down to the mat on either side of your left foot, well and good. If you cannot, hold on to your left ankle or your left calf, but try not to put your weight into your left foot. Try to hold your weight in your core. Tighten your core. Reach your heart forward before you reach down. Try and keep a straight spine. Maybe try and keep your chin up. Next one is optional. Get your right palm next to your left foot. Inhale, spine tall, torso parallel to the floor. Exhale, rotate your left arm up. Twisted triangle. Left shoulder stacking over your right shoulder. More weight into your right foot, even though you're leaning forward and there's more weight on your left foot. So energize through your right foot, right heel. Exhale, release your left palm down. Bend your left knee. Circle your arms next to your ears. Reach forward through your fingertips. Slowly, see if you can release your right foot off the mat, straighten your left knee into warrior three. So take your time, you might wobble. into warrior three. Staying with your breath. Slowly release back to warrior one. Get your palms onto your hips. Straighten your left knee. Turn all your toes to the right side of the mat. Inhale, circle your right palm all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, right palm, sweep your right palm down outside your left ankle. Take your left arm up. Keep your feet parallel. So, yeah. Reach your heart down towards your left knee. A lot more weight into your right foot to keep your hips level. Float back up to simple standing triangle, hands on your hips. Turn your right toes to the right. Left heel to right heel alignment, or left heel slightly more to the right. Left toes pointing in 45 degrees. Left hip pushing forward, right hip pushing back. Bend your right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up, warrior one. Right hip moving back, left hip moving forward. Straighten your right knee. Inhale, reach even higher with your fingertips. Exhale, torso parallel to the floor, fingertips reaching forward, arms next to your ears. Right hip moving back, left hip moving forward, chin up, staying with your breath. Core tightening. Release your palms all the way down. If they reach the mat, well and good. So it could be either be just fingertips or palms on the mat, or your palms on your ankle or your calf. Wherever you are, do not put your weight into your foot or the mat. Reach your heart forward, chin up, and then reach your heart below your right knee. When you're ready, bend your right knee. Sweep your arms on either side of your ears, pointing forward, fingertips pointing forward. Float your left leg up, straighten your right knee, find yourselves into warrior three. Struggle, but find your way to warrior three. It's not an easy transition. So if you want, get your fingertips down, whatever it takes. Keep your left toes pointing down, not to the side. Reach through your fingertips. Keep your left heel up in line with your hip. Slowly release back, warrior one. Windmill your palms all the way down. Right leg back and up. Reach up. Get your right foot down. Bend your knees, look forward. Jump or step your feet all the way forward. Forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Reach up. Palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. You've learned to assimilate space and time, and you've realized how everything is relative. You must have also learned mass and energy are related. So if you split an atom, which is essentially mass, you get energy. And because of the energy in the sun, you have mass growing on the earth. I mean, photosynthesis, plants creating starch, you eating the plants. So energy converts to mass, mass converts to energy, which is exactly what you're doing with your yoga practice. Because you're moving your body, which is mass, in certain ways, you end up feeling more energetic. And you use energy to move your body in different spaces. And now get everything together in your yoga practice. You're moving your mass to get energy, you're using energy to move your mass, but you're moving through space and time, both of which are relative. Ultimately, the only thing that matters is your here and your now, defined by your breath, which you're using to take into the mass of your body to create energy. Your breath is what keeps you aware of the now. Your breath is what keeps you aware of the here in space. So stay with your breath. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, reach through your fingertips, halfway forward fold. Try to keep your hips over your heels. Try not to take your hips too far back. Put a little more weight into your toes. Keep your chin up if you can. Stay with your breath. I know this is intense. Stay in the here. Stay in the now. Understand this is just mass. Understand this is just energy. Exhale, release your fingertips all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips on either side. Get your right foot all the way back. Drop your right heel down, heel to arch alignment. Sweep your right arm up and over, warrior two. Straighten your left knee. Reach through your left fingertips, box of chocolates, into classic triangle. So keep reaching, define a huge circle with your left fingertips, and then circle your left fingertips down, right fingertips up. If you're happy, stay here. Push your right shoulder back so it stacks over your left shoulder. Look up at your right fingertips. Continuing to look up at your right fingertips. Next is optional. Circle your palms overhead into Namaste. If you've done that, push your elbows in towards each other. Reach your fingertips further forward and then release your palms back to classic triangle. Look down at your left toes. Bend your left knee. Get your left fingertips 8 inches ahead of your left big toe, a little to the left. Get your right palm on your right hip. Drag your right foot in halfway. Square your right shoulder over your left shoulder, but keep looking down at your left toes. Float your right leg up into half moon. Straighten your left knee. Flex your right ankle. Release your right palm up to the ceiling. Enjoy your half moon. Whenever you're ready, reach through your right heel, bend your left knee back to warrior two. Palms on your hips. Straighten your left knee. All 10 toes pointing to the side of the mat. So you know which side. I don't have to explain that to you. Try and keep your feet parallel. Outer edges of the feet parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Inhale, take your left palm all the way up. Reach up. Become tall with your left side of the torso. Exhale, circle sweep your left palm outside your right ankle. Right palm up to the sky. Heart moving forward to the side and down over your right thigh. Bend your left elbow if you need to. A lot more weight into your left foot to keep your right hip in line with your left hip. Circle all the way back up to simple triangle. Hands on your hips. Right toes to the right. Heel to arch alignment. Keep your right knee straight. Arms to the side. Reach through your right fingertips. Box of chocolates. And then float your right fingertips down, left fingertips up to triangle. Push your left shoulder back. Look up at your left fingertips. If you want, circle your palms overhead. Namaste. Push your elbows in together, in towards each other. Straighten your elbows, left shoulder still moving back, reaching through your fingertips, circling your palms back to classic triangle. Turning your head to look down at your right toes. Bend your right knee, left palm on left hip. Right fingertips 8 inches ahead of your right big toe and a little to the right. Drag your left foot in halfway. Square your left shoulder over your right shoulder. Look down at your right big toe. Float your left leg up. Straighten your right knee, half moon. Flex your left ankle strongly. Release your left palm up towards the sky. Enjoy your half moon. Staying with your breath. Bend your right knee, reach further back with your left heel, come back, warrior two. Windmill your arms around. Right leg back, down dog. Float your left leg up, reach up. Keep reaching up, even higher. Left foot gently comes back down. Look forward between your palms, bend your knees, jump or walk your feet all the way forward. Forward fold. Heart to knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep your arms all the way up and back. Gently release, palms together in front of your heart. Stay with your breath. Slowly release to seated. So face the long side of the mat. Keep your knees straight, feet as wide apart as possible. Yeah, we're going to continue Mandala in your cool down. Inhale, take your left palm up to the sky. Reach up. Yeah, I said left palm. Yeah. Inhale, left arm even higher. Exhale, left palm over to the right. Slide your right fingertips along your right calf as far as it'll go. Keep pushing your left shoulder back. If you can hold on to your right big toe with your right palm, well and good. If you can't, no big deal. Then release your left palm down in front of you on the mat. Release your right palm next to your left palm, shoulder width apart, so you're facing forward. Then slide both your palms as far forward as they will go, forward fold. See if you can rotate your toes towards the back wall. So a strong external rotation of the thighs at the hips, but remain conscious of your hamstring stretch. You don't want to tear any muscles, so do it with caution. If you're getting a pain behind your knees, micro bend in the knees is fine. Inhale, come back to seated, vertical. Next inhale, circle your right arm up as high as it'll go. Exhale, push over to the left. Your left palms sliding along your left calf towards your left toes or your left ankle. Hold on. Right shoulder pushing back as far as possible. Release your right palm behind your right hip, fingertips pointing back. Left palm behind left hip, fingertips pointing back. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. See if you can lift your hips up as high as you can. Gently release back down. Scooch over into your most comfortable Shavasana, staying with your breath. As you let go physically of the mass that is your physical body, see if you can also let go of the energy. So this was a rather demanding mandala flow. Let go of the energy. And you'll be surprised how that energy comes back to you once you finish your Shavasana. As you let go of your mass, as you let go of your energy, see if you can let go of the space and time. You've defined your space. You've spent your last 1 hour defining your space through your mandala. Huge circles, sweeping with your palms, with your feet, with your heart, with your head. Now let it go. See if you can mentally get yourself into one tiny dot of nothingness, which is actually what you are. If you compare yourself to the scale of the universe, maybe even the earth, you're just a tiny dot. And this tiny dot, see if you can even give up on the concept of time, because your time is defined because your earth decides to rotate and revolve around the sun. Outside in the universe, no such thing happens. So you're really not sure how time is passing. There is really no standard unit of time in space. So if you're a dot in space, you don't have time. And therefore, you stop defining yourself with either your mass, your energy, your space, or your time. Then what really is left is just your ego, your self-constructed image of yourself that you carry with you across space and time. Give up on that too. Enjoy your Shavasana. If you feel ready, let's bring it all back to our normal concept of mass, energy, space, time. And if you want to continue in your Shavasana, please go ahead. But if you're ready, inhale. And as you hold your breath, start moving your fingers and toes. And then bend your knees. As you exhale, get your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Hold on to your knees. Give yourself a hug. And then gently rock from side to side. Roll over whenever you feel ready, over to your right. Turn your face down. Blink your eyes open. Come up to seated, wherever is comfortable. Palms in front of your heart, bow your head to your palms. Thank yourselves for taking the time to be here, and I thank you for keeping up with your practice, for being so committed. And as they say in the Yoga Sutras, your practice should be consistent, it should be hard, and you should keep at it without break. Whenever you're ready, blink your eyes open. One last stretch, interlace your fingers, arms all the way up, reach up, and release. Namaste, yogis. As always, lovely practicing with you. I'll stop the recording.